Call the meeting to order. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Please remain standing for the invocation by Father Mark Cabanero of Our Lady of Hope Church. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So let us pray. Gracious and loving God, we bless your holy name. In this season of the fall, autumn, when earth displays a beauty in the midst of its dying nature, may we be reminded of our passing human earthly existence and yet believe in a springtime of eternal new life. May we not be stuck in present ideas that allow no dying and rising. May we be open to a new life, new thoughts, new visions of life in this world and the next. May our Jewish friends enjoy a joyous Yom Kippur, a time to forgive and forget past sins, wrongs against one another. As the Hebrew people look forward to a new year of starting over, and with the help of you, our God, may we not stumble into evil or sinful ways. We thank you for our Hispanic community, which adds so much color to our culture, so much joy to our lives. May we appreciate their existence. Lord, we ask you to look upon those who are sick, especially Joe, a friend of our council, and all those who have asked for our prayers. Give them comfort and health, if it be your will. May our council meeting be one of sharing ideas and possibilities, one of working together with those whose visions of life may be different, but that we work together for the common good. Bless these members of the Gloucester Township Council with insight and courage. May their decisions further the justice, peace, and harmony we pray for in our community. Bless our mayor, our law enforcement officers, our firefighters and MTM personnel. May they all work for the community that fosters respect, encouragement, and a cooperative attitude towards all its citizens. We pray all of these prayers in the name of you, our God, your Son, and the Holy Spirit, who lives forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you, Father. This regular meeting of the Township Council is being held in accordance with the scheduled meetings of the Township Council established and adopted by the Township Council with scheduled designated time, date, and place of this meeting. Adequate public notice of this meeting has been provided pursuant to provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act. We use electronic amplifying and recording device in order to obtain audible and clear record. We request that all those wishing to speak be recognized and state your name and address directly into the microphone. Recording device be solely utilized by the Township Clerk's Office, who shall be the official record of Township Council meetings. Roll call, please.
Mr. Hutchison?
Present.
Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Sider?
Present.
Mrs. Dentak? Mrs. Strato? Here. Mr. Mercado?
Present.
Mr. Bianchini?
Present.
Mayor?
Here.
Mr. Moffett?
Present.
Mr. Lechner?
Here.
Chief Earl?
Here.
Mr. Carlemere?
Present.
Mr. Cardis?
Here. Mr. Bianchini, Mrs. Gentek contacted me earlier today. Her son is sick with an asthma infection, so she's on with us.
Thank you, Mr. McCall. Now have a proclamation.
Our nation's story would not be possible without generations of Hispanics who have shaped and strengthened the fabric of our union. They have enriched, excuse me, forgot my glasses.
They have enriched every aspect of our national identity with traditions that stretch across centuries and reflect the many ancestries that comprise the Hispanic community. this month?
This month, we celebrate this rich heritage and reflect on the invaluable contributions Hispanics have made to America. Hispanics have helped shape our communities and expand our country from laboratories and industry to boardrooms and classrooms. They have led movements that pushed our country closer to realizing the democratic ideals of America's founding document, and they have served courageously as members of our armed forces to defend those ideals at home and abroad. Hispanics also serve as leaders throughout the public sector, working at the highest levels of our government and serving on our highest courts. Whether we trace our roots to those who came here on the Mayflower, who settled the Southwest centuries ago, or who joined the American family more recently, we share a common belief in the enduring promise of America, the promise that regardless of where we come from or what we look like, each of us can make it if we try. During National Hispanic Heritage Month, as we celebrate the successes of the Hispanic community, let us reaffirm our commitment to extending that promise to all Americans. To honor the achievements of Hispanics in America, the Congress, by Public Law 100-402, as amended, has authorized and requested the President to issue annually a proclamation designating September 15th through October 15th as National Hispanic Heritage Month. Now therefore I, David R. Mayor, and Glenn Bianchini, Council President of the Township of Gloucester, do hereby proclaim September 15th through October 15th, 2012 as National Hispanic Heritage Month, and call upon public officials, educators, librarians, and all Americans to observe this month with appropriate ceremonies, activities, and programs.
Thank you, Ron. It's my pleasure to hand over to the Hispanic Heritage Committee. Emily?
Good evening. My name is Emmy Keating. Tonight, along with my fellow co-chairs William Fontañez, Michael Acevedo, and Mayor and Council, we will observe National Hispanic Heritage Month in Gloucester Township. Hispanic Heritage Month spans from September 15th to October 15th and celebrates the histories, cultures, and contributions of American citizens and our own Gloucester Township residents, whose ancestors came from Spain, Mexico, the Caribbean, and Central and South America. The root of Hispanic heritage in America stretches from the Caribbean to California and back more than 500 years. Tonight we share with you our culture.
Good evening. Today we got two fine gentlemen who are master in the art of playing guitar. They were with us in 2009. Once again, we asked them to come back. They're going to, everybody rise for the national anthem, please, Puerto Rican national anthem. Today we're going to be singing Puerto Rican national anthem, La Boriqueña.
Buenos noches, good evening. Our next performance, I had to write her an excuse letter for her. She's a Rowan University student, so I had to write her a letter that she's going to be tardy for her 8 o'clock class. But she is here to perform with her partner. Her name's Colleen Sanchez and her partner Alvin Parachi. They're going to perform a bachata. Bachata is a dance that originated in the Dominican Republic and has become more popular over the last few decades. So the floor is yours.
gives me great pleasure to introduce Mayor David Mayer, along with our distinguished guests, to present tonight's first honorees.
Emmy, thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I wish I could dance like that. I can barely walk, I think, but to dance like that shows great talent. So thank you very much for participating. Good luck in class.
Thank you.
Well, I have the honor of introducing our first award recipient for this evening, and at this time, ask Patricia Rowe to come forward, please. Let's clap. Ladies and gentlemen, just to tell you a little bit about Patricia, she was born in New York, but then went back to the Dominican Republic to attend school there. She moved back, though, to the United States to attend school starting in 3rd grade, and graduated from Springbrook High School in Silver Springs, Maryland in 1992. She resides here in Gloucester Township and has a daughter named Annabella, and Annabella is here. Hi, Annabella. Patricia also attended the Philadelphia Art Institute and previously worked at the Philadelphia Criminal Justice Center before coming to our municipal court here in 2009. Now, I have the opportunity, I walk around the municipal hall, talk to the employees, and I have to tell you, every time I see Patricia, she is smiling. She always is smiling, and it really comes in handy for Patricia because she actually works sometimes at the counter in the court office, which shows she's collecting all the money from people. But she's smiling while she's doing that, so that helps a little bit. But we certainly appreciate Patricia's dedication to public service, and when I spoke to her supervisor and some other folks, words like responsible and diligent came to mind, and that she has been tremendously helpful and a tremendous asset. Of course, her bilingual ability also really comes in handy in our court system and our police department. So, Patricia, I thank you for what you do, the smile that you bring to work every day, the dedication that you bring to Gloucester Township, to our municipal court. We certainly appreciate that, and certainly honored to have nominated you for this award this evening. And so at this time, I would like to present this plaque. It's Gloucester Township Hispanic Heritage Month. Patricia Rowe for outstanding community service, presented by Gloucester Township Mayor and Council, September 2012. And we also have a citation here from the state legislature, Senator Madden, Assemblyman Moriarty, and Assemblywoman Mascara. So again, on behalf of all of our employees, on behalf of the close to 70,000 residents of Gloucester Township, we congratulate you on this award, and we thank you for being such an outstanding person.
I just want to thank everybody and my coworkers especially for being there. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. So thank you, everyone.
Good evening. It's a great day in Gloucester Township, and I think it's just wonderful that we continue to honor the many, many diverse populations in our great township. And it's my pleasure to call up Heather Torres. Heather. I think I see Mr. Saunders out there. If you want to join us. Mr. Saunders is the Vice Principal for Timber Creek High School. You know I was going to put you to work, did you?
No, I didn't. I was coming this as a fan.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us.
Heather, how you doing?
Heather was nominated by May Robinson, the principal of Timber Creek High School, and it's such a thrill to be here to talk about Heather. Each year we do this in many different for many different reasons, and I can tell you each time I am so impressed with the young people in our township and how great they are, how they become part of the community, how they give back already in a young age. You don't see that all the time. And it's my pleasure to discuss all the great things that Heather does. Heather Torres is a very well-rounded young lady who's involved in and enjoys many activities. Her most recent achievement is becoming a transition program member at Timber Creek High School. Transition program selects upperclassmen to mentor and guide freshmen to assist them in the transition from middle school. It is an honor to be selected, and it will give her an opportunity to expand her already excellent leadership skills. Additionally, Heather also holds membership to various clubs including ABA, Art, Interact, and Stage Crew, where she holds the position of stage manager. She often volunteers her time at her church and enjoys sewing, knitting, and teaching herself the violin. This past summer, Heather honed her Spanish skills and learned the culture of Lima, Peru. I do not want to forget to mention that Heather is a 4.61 GPA. That is amazing. That's wonderful. And on top of that, she currently holds one of our valedictorian positions in her junior class. This is an amazing young woman right here. Heather, it's my pleasure to give you this award along with the State Assembly and Senator Madden certificate here to Gloucester Township Hispanic Heritage Month. Heather Torres for Outstanding Community Service, presented by Gloucester Township Mayor and Council, September 2012. Congratulations.
Obviously, we're very proud of Heather and all the other contributors here tonight. I just want to say that Heather, your vice principal is here as well, Mr. DeMalo. Mr. DeMalo, you stand up for a minute, please. I just want to recognize you as well for all the great things you do, all the great things you bring to Timber Creek. We're all very proud of you.
Thank you for this award and all the teachers who have helped me in my schoolwork and everything they do. Thank you.
Your school does exceptionally well on this evening and during the lottery for scholarships. Yes, you win every year.
We're winning school.
Juliet was recommended for this award by her principal, May Robinson, and I know her father, very nice man, very competent attorney. Juliet is a lovely young lady who is humble and always willing to help anyone. She's involved in multiple activities at school, including membership in the stage crew, Morning Jolt, Book Bistro, and the tennis team. Juliet was inducted into the National Honor Society during the 2011-2012 year, and she holds a 4.49 GPA. She's ranked in the top 15 of her class. She has received poetry recognition from the Walt Whitman Society, and she's active in her church as a peer leader. She plans to attend college and study engineering and technology. Juliet represents the best of this town. Thank you very much for... This award is from the Township Council and the Mayor, as well as from the State Legislature.
I'm not shy. Julia, I am Julia's vice principal. I just became her vice principal this year because Mr. Murphy, who's been a long time vice principal of the school, recently retired. And I'm very, very proud to take over the class because of students such as Julia. You've been doing a great job. I've seen you for all these years, but you're so busy. You're here, you're doing this, you're doing that. And obviously you've been recognized for these great things you do, and we're very proud of you.
I just want to thank, I guess, my teachers and the whole school, because without the programs that they do, I wouldn't be able to do half the stuff I do.
Hi. Please join me in welcoming Timber Creek Senior, Natalia Munoz, singing Preciosa.
Hi. Yeah, I gotta wait for my music. Yo sé lo que son los encantos de mi Borinquen hermosa, por eso la quiero yo tanto, por siempre la llamaré preciosa. Yo sé de sus hembras trigueñas, sé del olor de sus rosas, por eso a mi tierra riqueña, por siempre la llamaré preciosa. Isla del Caribe, Isla del Caribe, Borinquen, preciosa te llaman las olas del mar que te banea. Preciosa por ser un encanto, por ser un Edén. Y tienes la noble hidalguía de la madre España y el fiero cantillo del indio bravío lo tienes también. Preciosa te llaman los barrios que cantan tu historia. No importa el tirano te trate con negra maldad. Preciosa será sin banderas, sin lados ni gloria. Oh, preciosa, preciosa te llaman los hijos de la libertad. Preciosa te llaman los barrios que cantan tu historia. No importa el tirano te trate con negra maldad. Preciosa será sin banderas, sin lauros ni gloria. Oh, preciosa, preciosa te llaman los hijos de la libertad. Preciosa te llevo dentro, dentro de mi corazón. Y mientras más pasa el tiempo, en ti se vuelca mi amor. Porque ahora es que
Yo seré puertorriqueña, yo seré puertorriqueña, por donde quiera que ande, porque yo llevo la sangre por herencia de mis padres, y con orgullo repito, yo te quiero, Puerto Rico, yo te quiero, Puerto Rico. Y por eso es que me nace hoy dedicarle este canto a ese noble jibarito Rafael y a mi isla del encanto. Yo te quiero, Puerto Rico, yo te quiero, Puerto Rico. Thank you.
Our next honoree, when I told her I was looking for some acts for our event this evening, and she suggested her niece, I said she better bring it. I think she brought it, right? Before I bring up Josephine Washington, I just wanted to thank my colleagues on council and also the mayor for supporting this event. In 2004, when I was appointed to council and I've been on council for 8 years, events like this didn't take place in our township. And in that time period, we have individuals on council, individuals on our planning board, individuals on our zoning board, individuals that serve on our housing authority, individuals that are a part of our human relations commission. We have a board of education board member, I believe the first Latino ever in the township, William Fontanez, to serve on the board of education. And we have a Latina serving in the 4th district as our assemblywoman. Gabby was scared and how proud we are of you. So this is a result of our township and our mayor and council embracing diversity and embracing the power of it. So thank you very much, Mayor, and thank you, council, my colleagues. Thank you. Our next honoree is Josephine Washington. Josephine? Josephine was born and raised in Philadelphia up to the age of 15, and she came to Gloucester Township at the age of 15 and attended Highland High School and graduated from Highland High School. After she graduated from Highland High School, she ventured into the adult medical care field, and has been in that field for the last 20 years. And she has many certifications within that field. Mostly her certifications deal with activities. She's a certified activity director. And for 20 years, again, she has worked in that particular field. Using her use of Spanish, she has been able to disseminate information, gather information for our patients. And any of us who have aging parents or grandparents know how important this is, particularly in my own experience, and I shared some of this with Josie earlier this year. My grandmother had passed away in January, but she was heading towards an assisted nursing facility, and how difficult it was for her, although she could understand English, but for her to communicate. And she was 84 years old, but an old 84 years old. So it was difficult at times trying to get someone who can communicate with her. So I appreciate the work that you do in that field. But also she's involved in her community. She serves on our Gloucester Township Planning Board. She's been on the planning board with me for the last 3 years. She serves on our Gloucester Township Human Relations Commission. She's involved with the Timber Creek Home and School Council. And also, Emmy told me this, I didn't know you do stuff with the marching band, the Boosters, correct? You raise money for that too? Also served on our Hispanic Heritage Month Committee last year as well. In addition, she's attending Camden County College and will be finishing with a degree in Allied Health. She's 2 classes away. Get it done and then move on. Come on, do it. You gotta beat your kids, you know. But also in 2011, she received the Camden County Prominent Hispanic Award for her work that she's done in her field, being only the second Latino from Gloucester Township to receive that, and the first Latina to ever receive that award in the 16 years they've provided that award in Camden County. Your care and compassion is evident in everything that you do, Josie. And on behalf of the mayor and council, I'd like to present to you this plaque, I'll grab it in a second, for being a prominent Hispanic in our township and a Gloucester Township Hispanic Heritage honoree. Congratulations.
Just want to, again, thank mayor and council for having me as an honoree, 2012 Hispanic Heritage Month honoree for Gloucester Township. But I also want to thank the residents for coming out and family and friends. Thank you. And my husband and the kids.
Okay, it's my pleasure to introduce the next honoree. Would Nathalie Zapata come forward, please? Oh, there she is. I see that. Natalie was recommended to be recognized by her computer literacy teacher, Miss Rhodes. Miss Rhodes here? Ms. Rhodes, you want to join us? Natalie's 13-year-old 8th grade student at Charles W. Lewis Middle School, where she does well academically. Both of Natalie's parents are of Mexican descent. Natalie is one of 3 children. Her older brother is a college student, and her younger sister is a student at C.W. Lewis as well. Natalie is actively involved outside of school. She enjoys swimming and track and is interested in getting involved in cheerleading. When she gets older, she hopes to become a pediatrician and she wants to help kids. In her previous school, Washington School in Camden, she volunteered to read to younger students. In speaking to Natalie, she states that she's proud of her mother, who is a single parent raising 3 children. Natalie is a respectful young lady who always tries her best. She works hard, and now matter what, she always has a smile. No matter what, she always has a smile on her face. She's always willing to help others without being asked. Ms. Rhodes stated that it is a privilege to know Natalie. Natalie, congratulations. On behalf of the mayor and council, we want to present this Gloucester Township Hispanic Heritage Month for outstanding community service, presented by Gloucester Township Mayor and council, and also from our state legislators and the certificate. So thank you very much.
I've had Natalie for 3 years now in my computer class. Last year I had her in homeroom also. She is one of those people that when you see her in the hallway, she smiles at you and it radiates everybody around her. I was walking down the hallway when I overheard my vice principal actually talking about this. And I jumped into the conversation. I said, "Oh, I got one. I know who would be great for this." So that is Natalie, and she is just awesome.
I just want to thank my parents and my teachers for always supporting me no matter what.
Come on out, Polly. Is Miss Gale here? No, tonight. Mr. Saunders, would you like to come back up? I'm here tonight to honor Polly Alakwa. She's a teacher at Timber Creek High School. She was nominated by her supervisor. Mrs. Alakwa is an enthusiastic member of the Timber Creek World Language Department. She uses her background as a native speaker to teach students to have an appreciation and passion for the Spanish language and culture. She infuses cultural experiences into her lesson daily and has become a leader in the department. Mrs. Alakwa is always seeking new ways to improve her instruction. She seeks out continuing professional development and welcomes sharing best practices with her colleagues. She uses technology in her lessons to enhance student learning and incorporates activities that require students to speak the target language. Mrs. Alakwa worked with her fellow Spanish teachers to review and revise the Spanish 2 benchmark final assessment, as well as to incorporate the new textbook series into her Spanish 2 classes. She is heavily involved in school activities and is the World Language Club advisor. She has planned trips for the students in the World Language Club to offer them authentic experiences in international relations, culture, and Spanish cuisine. In addition to her teaching responsibilities, she's also involved in the following activities. I tried to memorize this, but there was no way that was happening. It's quite a few. World Language Week activities, World Language Honor Society induction ceremony, INRS committee member, People's Choice Program participation, organized and chaperoned trips to Philadelphia for Museum of Art and dinner at El Azteca restaurant, organizer and chaperone trip to New York to Liberty State Park, United Nations, Times Square, and Planet Hollywood, organized and chaperoned trip to Philadelphia for Museum of Art to see the exhibit of Van Gogh and dinner at the Melting Pot restaurant, chaperone trip to Hershey Park with student council, organized Bring Your Children to Work Day on April 26th, guest lecturer on Chile in Rowan University to students in the anthology April 13th, curriculum writing team for Spanish 1, 2, 3, and 4. So on behalf of Mayor and Council tonight, congratulations for outstanding community service presented by us and your state legislator certificate. Congratulations.
Well, obviously, we want to congratulate Ms. Alakwa. Ms. Alakwa is one of our lead teachers in our outstanding world language department. She does a fantastic job every day. She's involved with the students, and she's become a role model for many of our students. I also want to thank the Honorable Mayor, Mr. Mayor there, and Town Council for giving us this venue to recognize the diversity in this township. Thank you guys. You guys are fantastic. Also, one of my students, great job there. Natalia Munoz.
Yes, I want to say thank you for this honor. I was very surprised. I just want to thank the Black Hawk Valley School District for giving me the opportunity to work in the district. It's been 12 years and that's been the more amazing experience for me. It was brand new when I started working with them for this country. So it's been a welcome for me to arrive to the United States and feel part of here. Thank you.
Good evening. Our next recipient is Julia Cabon. Would you please come forward? Okay, would the principal please come up? I would like to say before I make the comments on her, I have really been impressed for the past few years about students, their achievements in high school, and because we normally hear about bad things that happen to the young kids, and we hear very little about the ones that have outstanding performance here in the community. And Julie is one of the students here I think that we should be very proud of. She is a high school senior, and she serves on the Big Brother, Big Sister mentor at the Charles W. Lewis Middle School. She volunteers at Highland High School with the Renaissance program by helping with the freshman orientation program. She worked with the blood drive and doing the Martin Luther King Day projects. She represented Highland High School in the Breast Cancer Walk. Julie is a member of the French Club, the French Honor Society, the National Honor Society, and a member of the varsity softball and basketball team. She maintains a 3.82 grade point average doing her volunteer work also. She ranks number 40 out of a class of 248. I spoke to Julie this weekend, and she plans to go to Georgia Southern next year with major in pre-med and hope to become a surgeon. Would you like to say a few words?
I'd just like to congratulate Julie. I'm just entering my second year in Highland, but students such as Julie and all the contributions to both our school and the community make us very proud and happy to have her as part of the Highland family.
State officials, would you like to say a few words?
I would like to thank my parents, obviously, for raising me so well, and my school for providing me the opportunity for all these programs and everything for me to get involved in. That's it.
Once again, please give a big hand to Nia Lopez and Carlos Aquino. They're going to be playing this old song. I remember when I was a kid, my dad used to play it to me, and it's called En mi viejo San Juan, which basically means In My Old San Juan. Very good song.
on up. I have to tell you before I start, I talked to Lexus's mother earlier on the phone, and when I was talking to her, I felt like I was reading something about my own children. I got all choked up telling her about her own daughter. So if I get choked up again, I apologize, but I'm very proud of Lexus. She was nominated tonight by her counselor, Chris Bennett, and her school, and Miss Petit, sorry. Lexus Myers is currently a sophomore at Highland High School. Lexus is an outstanding student who will not take the easy road, but would rather take the road less traveled. Upon entering Highland High School, she was enrolled in 3 honors courses. That wasn't enough for Lexus, and she pushed to be in 4. She gained acceptance to the 4th and earned straight A's in all of her classes. That put her grade point average at a stellar 4.6. She is in 4 more honors courses this year and is determined to take even more as she proceeds. In addition to being a great student, Lexus is also very well-rounded. She played softball last year for GAA and is currently serving as the manager of the boys soccer team at Highland. She is interested in getting involved in winter and spring track as well as the Interact Club. The future is very bright for Lexus here at Highland High School and also truly in the community. Congratulations tonight, and on behalf of Mayor and Council and the State Legislature, congratulations.
I'd like to congratulate Lexus, and just as was mentioned, she is a sophomore, so in just 1 year she made that impression at Highland High School. So we look forward to the many great things that Lexus has to offer.
I just wanted to thank all the amazing teachers at Highland, my family, and my friends, and especially my counselor, Mr. Bennett, for nominating me for this award. They're great. They've always pushed me to do my best and work my hardest, so I'm really grateful for them.
Could everyone please give a nice, warm applause to our next honoree, Michelle Impoko. Ms. Petit? I was looking for Mr. Saunders because we Tartans have to stick together. We are participants and not spectators, so I'm glad you are here. Thank you. Michelle has been an active member of numerous activities at Highland. Michelle was involved with the Spanish Club, the Student Council, Renaissance, Interact, Gay and Straight Alliance, and World of Difference. She has dedicated numerous hours preparing to be an efficient leader. Michelle is an officer in the executive board of the class of 2014. Michelle has also participated in various community events, including Gloucester Township Day, Fun Day, and the Blood Drive at Highland. She is an avid reader, loves to write, draw, and paint. Michelle's caring personality, intelligence, and overall good character are just some of the traits that make her an amazing young woman. I give you Michelle.
Thank you. This is great. I'm honored. I'd like to thank all the teachers at Highland for creating an environment where I have all these opportunities to excel and be at my best, and especially my parents for supporting me through this way. And thank you. That's all.
I'd like to congratulate Michelle, and as you can see by the clubs that she's involved in, and someone like Michelle is very important because in a world where we need to teach tolerance, and that's exactly the kind of things that she's getting herself involved in, so we need people like her in our community. So thank you, Michelle.
Here's some goodies. Congratulations. Oh yeah,
Our last honoree of the evening is Mr. Edward Perez. Edward, can you come up here, please? Ed was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, and at the age of 19, he joined the United States Army. And that was 1966, so it was a tumultuous time in our history. Ed, Uncle Sam didn't come looking for Ed. He wasn't drafted. He didn't seek a deferment. Ed enlisted into the United States Army in 1966 and served 3 years, received the honorable discharge at the level of E5, a sergeant, and spent 1 year in Vietnam fighting for our country. When he returned back in 1969, he married his sweetheart, Priscilla, his wife of 43 years. They have 2 children, Melinda and Jessica, both educators, and he has 6 grandchildren. He attended New York City Community College, received his associate's degree, and then went on to Bernard Baruch College and received a Bachelor of Arts in Management and Marketing. Over the next years, he worked for Fortune 500 companies. Most notable was Pitney Bowes, where he achieved the rank of a national sales account manager. In 1987, we were fortunate to bring him from New York City down here to South Jersey. He moved to Cherry Hill. And when he moved to Cherry Hill, one of the things that he noticed was that his neighborhood park was being neglected. So he created a civic association. And this civic association was charged with the responsibility of cleaning up that park. Word got out. Then the mayor of Cherry Hill, Susan Bass Levin, sat down with Ed, and they said, I'd like to replicate this to all the park systems through Cherry Hill Township. And that was done. Each park was modeled after the way that the Civic Association approached cleaning up the parks. Because of this, then Ed was then appointed to the Township's Zoning Board, the Economic Development Board, and also the Human Relations Commission. He was now working for a national cleaning company doing sales accounts, and by chance he happened to land in Camden, New Jersey. And that's how I met Ed. Ed worked for a nonprofit organization called the Latin American Economic Development Association. The acronym's LAEDA. And what they do is they help individuals who are low and moderate income individuals start businesses. It's a 9-week training course. A majority of these individuals that were graduating from the course wanted to start commercial janitorial businesses. Ed had the background in it, he had the sales experience, so Ed was tapped to be the project manager of the community janitorial venture. So he would go out, secure contracts for these individuals, because sometimes there was a language barrier, or perhaps they weren't as polished as Ed was, but he would go out, get a contract for these individuals, then subcontract it out. He was the face person of this program for 12 years. And that's how I got an opportunity to meet Ed in 2000. The day before, a few weeks ago, the day before 9/11, someone was asking me, and we all get asked that question, what were you doing on 9/11? And Ed and I were down the hallway from each other working at LAEDA. And as everyone was losing their heads and a little excited because of what had happened that day, Ed calmly pulled us all together and led us in prayer. And it was ironic because that morning at the gym, at 6 o'clock in the morning, I see him and Priscilla leaving on 9/11, 2012. And I hadn't seen Ed in a few months, but the irony of seeing him that day. But he's always been a man of faith, a man of family, and a man of his country. In 2005, he moved to Gloucester Township. Cherry Hills lost our game. He moved here with his family. Ed had left CJV at that time, and he started a new venture. He started a business with his son-in-laws, a cleaning business, a commercial cleaning business called Advanced Cleaning Systems, and they had contracts through the region. But also, he was also part of and one of the founders and driving forces behind and through his church that he was attending at the time, the Stratford Classical Christian Academy, where he served as the vice president of the board of trustees. He also sells real estate on the side as well. So I keep telling him, when are you going to retire? Now, Ed, I'd like you to get more involved in our township, and maybe sometimes we may not be on the same, have the same political ideology, but I still love you. But if you could do me a favor, when I was speaking to Ed, and I had to use a ruse to get the information about Red, I said, Ed, I told him my son needed a project for school, so he and I sat on the phone for about a half hour. When he returned back in 1969, his Vietnam brothers and sisters returned to JFK, a lonely airport, and there was no fanfare, there was no pomp and circumstances, no parades. So if you could do me a favor and just all stand up and give Ed a round of applause, and to all the veterans that returned back from Vietnam, for all our wars. They deserve our honor, respect, and admiration, and I have that for you, Ed. So on behalf of Mayor and Council, I'd like to present you with this plaque and also a proclamation from New Jersey State Legislature for all your community service here throughout the region and throughout your lifetime. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
I want to thank the mayor and council, and particularly to Orlando Mercado. I can see him now running for president one day. Orlando's always been a great encouragement and inspiration to me as a young Hispanic man, and so I've always looked up to Orlando, and I thank him very much. I also want to thank my wife Priscilla and my family, and again, honor our veterans. They deserve it. Thank you.
I'm going to hand the program over to our mayor for some closing comments, but can all the honorees stay and take a picture after he concludes with his remarks? Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I've asked Assemblywoman Mascara to join me here this evening. We are so very proud of Gabby, who represents us in the 4th Legislative District. She's the first Hispanic to represent an assembly seat in that district in the history of New Jersey. So we are very proud of her accomplishments. We are very proud that she is a Gloucester Township resident. And I would ask Gabby to say a few words, please.
Buenas noches, ¿cómo están ustedes? Bien. Es un placer estar con ustedes aquí. It's a great pleasure to be here with you. It's an honor to be here with you. Today is such an exciting day, isn't it? I look forward to this evening every year because it highlights basically the richness, la riqueza de nuestra cultura, right? The music that runs through our blood, the history. We have a lot of history in our Latin America Hispanic heritage, and I'm just so proud of us being here, being a part of this country that actually embraces all of us, embraces our individuality, that embraces who we are as people, as Latinos, as Hispanics here in America. So I just want to thank you, all the honorees, congratulations, because each and every one of you are important to this American society, and thank you for the contributions that you add. You add la riqueza to the United States of America. So thank you so much, because you are part of this important tapestry that we call America. So again, thank you so much for all what you do, and it's because of you that, you know, many others around this state know who we are as people of great diversity, of beauty, and of great culture. Thank you so much.
Well, Assemblywoman, we are very proud of you, and thank you for your dedication to our community in this state. Ladies and gentlemen, let me first begin by thanking our committee, Emmy and Willie and Mike, and for the hard work that they have done to put this program together. I certainly thank our Council Vice President, Orlando Mercado, for always putting together a great program. We thank him for his service, and to all of you who participated here this evening to make this a very, very special night. We live in the greatest country in the world because we can gather in a public place and celebrate our diversity. That is a wonderful thing, and I want to congratulate all of you, all of the award recipients this evening, for what you do for our community, for our state, for our nation, for celebrating Hispanic heritage, your dance, the music. can't forget the food, too. But that is what makes our country so special, and thank you for coming together tonight to celebrate Hispanic heritage. You are examples of excellence. Whether you are a student in school or someone who has served our country with honor and distinction, you are examples of excellence, and thank you for your excellence because you make Gloucester Township a great place to live. And another way you can help make Gloucester Township a great place to live is by signing up for our community notifications. In the back there, Corporal Grannon is there. It is a way for us to keep you informed on what is happening in our community, so please stop by the table in the back to sign up for that community notification. Now, Gabby has taught me a little Spanish, and so I will end with adios and vaya con Dios. Is that good? So congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
Take a 5-minute recess.
Good, how are you? The contractor? Yes. I have his card, he stopped in a few weeks ago.
Oh, did you see that the other day?
Yeah, he stopped in, I talked to him, I put it on my list to call once we start putting everything together. We haven't done it yet, but yeah, he's on there. Yeah, I got his card, he stopped in, not a problem. Oh, no, I have it right on my front, right in my drawer, right in my desk. Not a problem. I'll let him know. I'll make sure he gets a call. Thanks, no problem.
But it's the same, yeah. So did I. Yeah. Yeah, I good. It was like and the other 2 years later. Another one in the afternoon.
What do you think, Joe? I don't have my glasses. What do you think? I like
Knocked me down, hit me. Training. Yeah, that's it.
Chief, how are you?
Good. Eliminating all the
Do you want one of these?
I got a crack.
Still someone? Emmy, jump on in. Jump on in.
Hey, Rich. How you doing? Good. Yes.
Upgraded the electric system in our families is that the reason why I asked getting quotes and some of them list the price. Do you have an estimate of that? Get back. I don't know. It shouldn't be too much. So it's from 150 to 200. We have just like I'm trying to evaluate the bids that are coming in. Some listed and some don't. They include their price. But I noticed that I've gotten prices from 1850 up to 5,600.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. I will.
But most of them are down around.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your word.
You got going, so go get them, okay? Go get them. Nothing stops you.
But the one person that has one that
Do you still have the speech?
4,000, he said they don't give written proposals.
I think it is good to get about it.
Hello. See you later. I didn't do anything. Bye, Sandra.
You did a good job, though.
I'm proud.
Okay.
I'm across the street from guy had a sales on Burrows. I was actually saying, I was like, and house sitting.
Okay.
Yeah, that's me going in there the driveway. Hi, how you doing? Good, I'm good next year. For what? I didn't do anything. I just spoke. I just talked.
Oh, you did good.
I do what I do best. Good night.
Are you staying pretty busy now? Really busy.
I don't know any. I could look
my level once in a while, depending on how you move.
Si quieres uno de estas agendas,
It's a good story. Lighthearted.
Hard can be hard. You can tell when it's got a brain.
Somebody will find that. I'll get that information.
I know what you're saying. Oh, they're gonna
What you up here? What are you doing here, man?
Green light's going in. There's one that. Okay, good. I think it's George. You know what somebody said? I think we're okay. Yeah, because that was supposed to He actually works up there every home game for the fundraiser.
Yeah, I don't know if we got that just from the good dog.
Did they go to Glen Landing together? I think so. I'll text them right now. Yeah. Doc?
I'd like to call the meeting back to order. Roll call, please.
Mr. Hutchison? Present. Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Styler?
Here.
Mrs. Strada? Here. Mr. Mercado?
Present.
Mr. Bianchini?
Present. We have our first public portion. Anyone wishing to speak on any agenda items only, please raise your hand, come to the microphone. Seeing no hands, we close the first public portion of bids.
2012 Road Improvement Program?
Motion to accept the bids.
So moved.
Second. On the question, roll call, please.
Mr. Hutchison?
Yes.
Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Styler?
Yes.
Mrs. Strada? Yes. Mr. Mercado?
Yes.
Mr. Bianchini?
Yes. Minutes?
Regular minutes, 6:11, 6:25, 7:09, 7:23, 8:13, 8:27, 9:10. Special meeting, 7:2. Executive session, 7:09, 8:13, 8:25. Workshop minutes, June, July, August, and September.
Motion to approve the minutes.
So made that. Second.
On the question, roll call, please.
Mr. Hutchison?
Abstain.
Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Styler?
Yes.
Mrs. Strada? Yes. Mr. Mercado?
Yes.
Mr. Bianchini?
I will approve the minutes for everything but August 27th and September 10th, and the executive session minutes of August 25th. Those are the three dates I will abstain. We will have ordinance of second reading. Ordinance ordinance O-12-23. Ordinance of the Township of Gloucester, County of Camden, State of New Jersey, adopting the plan for redevelopment for the Gloucester Environmental Services, GEMS, landfill Superfund redevelopment area plan in accordance with NJSA 40A, local redevelopment and housing law. This ordinance will allow the township to adopt the plan for redevelopment of the GEMS landfill. We now have a public hearing on this ordinance. Seeing no hands, we close the public hearing. Motion to adopt.
So moved.
On the question?
Just one question, what will be the next action that we'll take?
It gets part of your ordinance once if it gets approved at this second reading. There's a required map revision, and there will be reflections on the zoning map. Then that will be in place as far as the criteria and standards, if there's any references for improvements like solar panels. But it's already gone through the planning board for approval before it got here.
Okay. And from there, developer.
That's correct.
And then sign the developers, redevelopment agreement. Roll call?
Mr. Hutchison?
Yes.
Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Seiler?
Yes.
Mrs. Prado?
Yes.
Mr. Mercado?
Yes.
Mr. Bean-Keating?
Yes. Ordinance O-12-24. Ordinance determining necessity to acquire 813 Blackhorse Pike, Glendora, New Jersey, block 1003, lot 5, in the Township of Gloucester, Camden, State of New Jersey, authorizing proper officials of the Township to acquire same by negotiation or condemnation. This ordinance allows the Township to acquire 813 Blackhorse Pike in Glendora. We now have an ordinance. We'll now have a public hearing on this ordinance. Seeing no hands, we close the public portion. Motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second.
One question? Roll call, please.
Mr. Hutchison?
Yes.
Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Seiler?
Yes.
Mrs. Prado?
Yes.
Mr. Mercado?
Yes.
Mr. Bean-Keating?
Yes. Now have resolutions consent agenda. Any council person wishing to remove any of these resolutions, please let me know now.
Mr. President, I make a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented.
Second that.
On the question? Roll call, please.
Mr. Hutchison?
Yes.
Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Seiler?
Yes.
Mrs. Prado?
Yes.
Mr. Mercado?
Yes.
Mr. Bean-Keating?
Yes. Mayor's report?
Thank you, Council President, members of Council, good evening. This past Saturday, I was joined by Lieutenant Colonel Sam Seiler to welcome home one of Gloucester Township's own, Lance Corporal Cope, who returned from active duty in Afghanistan to a very warm welcome here in Gloucester Township. Thank the Lambs Terrace Aerial Fire Companies and our police department for helping to escort him home. I'd like to remind everyone that this Sunday, October the 7th, is our Pumpkin Festival in downtown Blackwood. Draws thousands of folks down to our downtown area, and always a very, very good time. The farmers market is wrapping up this year. We have 2 more Saturdays, and then it will have its last farmers market on October the 6th, also in downtown Blackwood. This Saturday, we are participating in Take Back New Jersey, along with our police department, who will be on duty at our community center right next to the municipal hall to collect old prescription drugs. Certainly we want to dispose of them properly, and this is a way for our residents to do that. So from 10 to 2 next door, we will be collecting unused and old prescription drugs. And I thank you for your participation and support of the moving forward with the GEMS redevelopment. We are always looking for ways in which we move our community forward by using renewable energy, and this is just another component part of that. So I thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. We do have a question from the GTE Gov Access. This question is from Jim Kibblestitz. Mr. Kibblestitz is from 81 Shelley Street in the Uriel section of Gloucester Township. His question for council is, what is the current status of the Nike-based sports complex? After speaking with the mayor, a proposed contract has been sent out to a developer. They are now reviewing it, the contract, and there will be dialogue between the township and this developer for the development of a baseball complex. It will be a private baseball complex. So that is the answer. Mayor, anything else to add? No. Thank you, Mr. Kay, for sending in your question. Now have the second public portion. Anyone wishing to speak on any subject, please raise your hand. Come to the Mr. Glad.
Aaron Gladden, 44 Greens Way. Haven't been around past couple months, but I live around here, so I see what's going on with the town. Couple things happened. I'd like to thank Councilman Hutchison. I called him up, he came out there and took a walk with the field, and we addressed that situation. But there's more stuff that's got to be addressed there. I appreciate that work, you know what I mean, because I didn't want no kids getting hurt and hitting their head on any rocks or stones. You know what I mean, even when there's football games on, their parents, there's not a playground there, so their kids scatter all around in the backfield. So that's something to look into. Movement of trash at the football games, I gotta respect that. But there's a park right here, right? It's named after a councilman right here. You know what I mean? You gave him the honor to name after. A lot of things are happening in that park and stuff like that. You know, it's right next to the police station too. And a slide was broken there. And I didn't really know it was broken, and my kid just darts right off to that slide and comes down. And next thing I know, I'm like, whoa, what? Plastic's all poking out of it and stuff. That's a major safety issue. It's not just for my kid, you know what I mean? My kid was in the environment. That's for other kids that were there. So then I'm sitting there talking to parents that, you know, been to the park, and they said, this has been going on for a month. A month? Really? Really? Like, you know, and they said, oh, they put the caution tape up there, and, you know, people are just going to pull off the cart. And why don't you, like, actually take the slide out of service, put, like, something to barricade there where it's not a hazardous type of thing. And plus the destruction that's going on at that park. Chief, you know, can we, you know, something's going on at that park where they're destroying things. Yeah, I'll direct it to there. Can the chief set up more patrols over that park, you know what I mean, if the big kids are vandalizing, which I said one of the big principles that we're not doing in this town is investing in our teenage youth. They got nothing to do, they're out there just galvanizing at night. And when you're a youth and you're a kid, I was a kid at one time, you do destructive things if you're not being properly monitored or if there's no place to go. And in this town, we got a lot of areas and boarded up businesses. Why are we not trying to attract somebody to invest in our youth? I know the baseball now it's a private complex, so now what's that all about?
It always has been a private complex.
So it was always drawn up that it was going to be private?
Correct.
Okay. So that's not, you know, it's something for the town. Is there anything else going on to invest in our youth or no?
We always are looking at, with recreation and other activities to invest in our youth, and I think that's shown throughout all the things we do in this township. As far as the slide, it was reported today the slide has been repaired. Once it was noticed, the caution tape went up. They watched kids as soon as they put it up, they tear the caution tape down, so they continue to try to keep that away from anybody from getting hurt. I guess the chief can address anything from his angle that is being patrolled, but I know we have patrols there on a daily basis, if I'm not correct. And so I'm sure the chief is aware of it and will be addressing if it needs to be increased.
Mr. President, just so you know, Darren, I mean, we did order that slide well over 3 weeks ago. It just took a while to get in. So it wasn't that it wasn't noticed, it wasn't that we didn't do anything, it wasn't that we were promoting somebody from sliding down a slide to get hurt. We actually took action regarding that. So it just took a while for the slide to come in.
Okay, just hear me out right now, and I understand this, but this is the same answers you give all the time. Oh, it takes time, but somebody can get hurt. Do you ever hear like, okay, maybe we'll have backup slides in our warehouses or down in our public works garage, because when we see something like that happen, boom, we can change out the slide. We can also put cameras and video, which we have video all over the place. We have it in the hockey rink area. Like, why can't we have a video camera system that's looking into that park and seeing the vandalism going on in that park? We're investing in it. Like I said, I live in this town, I pay taxes $7,000 a year. Okay? I'm investing in this town, and I don't see my investment working out for any of us.
Well, I disagree with you. I invest in the town, I pay my taxes as well. But I think the chief is acutely aware of everything that's going on.
Okay.
I know he's addressed the vandalism, he's addressed that this is a big township. You know, again, I have faith in the police that they're doing their part. Public Works continues to do their part. and the mayor is overseeing that, and I think everybody's working hard. You know, when you order a part and then there's nothing you can do, if it takes 3 weeks to come in, it takes 3 weeks. To have all these parts in some sort of warehouse, I don't know if that's a financially feasible thing to do.
I'm not saying all parks, but slides. And even though you think that it's okay incident to happen, but like,
I didn't say it was an okay
I'm just saying it was a month. And when you have a slide that's broken, or if you have anything that's broken, like if I broke something in my house, I'm going to try to fix it right away. Even if it's a safety hazard. You're letting our kids go play in a safety hazard for a month because you're going to sit there and use an excuse. Well, it takes 3 weeks to get in.
No, you're wrong.
All right, well then I'm wrong, and you're right, like always. You guys are always right. Okay? Second opportunity, we got housing authority, housing like associations going wild in this town. They're not even meeting. I live in an association. I can't even get to go to the meeting. I get a letter in the mail that they call the cops on me because all I told them, I said, when is the meeting? You might need security out there at the next meeting. Oh, what's that about? And they don't even meet. They don't even meet. I come here, they said, come here for a meeting. I sit in a hallway and they're not even here meeting. Like, can we do some investigation work on these other tax function places? Like, I live in Lynx, and then there's, what else over there? You live in one, don't you?
Glen Eagle?
Glen Eagles, there's like all, I mean, it's like going wild.
They're private homeowners.
Yeah, we have many.
But that's what I'm saying, a lot of them are going wild.
But just so you know, I mean, the right contact is the Department of Community Affairs. The township doesn't have any jurisdiction over associations. They're administered through the Department of Community Affairs in the state of New Jersey, so that's who you should contact.
So I gotta talk to my man right over here.
Department of Community Affairs in the state, not
I gotta call the state.
town doesn't have anything to do with the homeowners association.
So but it's in our town, these associations are in our town.
Correct.
And we don't have no authority to police
State
that.
law does not correct.
Really? That's interesting, something you learn every day. Well, guys, have a nice night.
Thank you, Mayor. Mr. Palador?
Good evening, Council. Ray Paldor, Ariel. I'll be brief this evening. First off, thank you for using specific addresses on the acquisition ordinances. It does make life a lot easier, and you can tell exactly what's being spoken about, so appreciate that. Just clarity on the news that was out by the Patch today with the respect to Gloucester Township Police patrolling the Lakeland area. I guess for clarity for the folks, to put it in plain language, will the GT Police be patrolling just the Gloucester Township interest at Lakeland, or will we also be patrolling the county interest as well?
Well, I'm not sure if I understand what the county interest is. The police would be patrolling that area because it's part of Gloucester Township. So
Yeah, right. We already patrol. We've already always patrolled both the senior complex, since it's been there, the two fields that we have, where the hockey fields are, as well as the other baseball fields. We're there routinely. So now we'll be covering all of Lakeland, answering calls at the other facilities there as well.
Now, the county-run facilities will also be under that jurisdiction of patrolling as well, or just as a backup to in-house security?
Well, certainly they do have in-house security that would handle medical calls, things like that. But if there was something of serious nature, then our police department would be responding.
Okay, if in the event that this develops into where our police department is patrolling the interests of the county, will our township be looking for compensation back from the county? Because this would be the second such occasion where Gloucester Township entities have taken responsibility for things down in Lakeland, where it is basically county run, and we've taken the responsibility out of the hands of the county and taken that upon our patrols, as with the fire companies. Will there be any compensation back to our township from the county?
I'm sure, Ray, if there's a need for us to discuss that with the county, that will happen.
All right. Well, thank you and have a good night.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, sir.
Fernando Powers, Blackwood, New Jersey, obviously. The last time I was here, I wanted to, we talked about Agenda 21, and the information, things that are going on, and how it's affecting us directly. It's coming, there are initiatives that are coming down from the United Nations to the federal government, to the state, and on to us. So I have some invitation for everyone here that's interested to come out on October the 22nd, Monday on 7 p.m. over at Camden County Library. We're going to have a presentation there. It'll be, I think, the second or third floor. So I'm going to leave these here if you don't mind.
You can leave on the table.
Right. And
Thank you.
I have 5. I had more, but I gave out the constitutions. I brought 5 of them. I put my name on it and so forth, so everybody knows where they came from. But I just want to pretty much level out the playing field, so when there's issues that come up, I can then direct it to the Constitution and what provision does the council, the state, or any government get their authority to make the laws that they're doing. Because essentially, we're wedging the people, we're putting a wedge between the people and our law enforcement, and I'm afraid that down the road, after the Metro Police is put together, then it's going to come to, now we're not the big guy on the block, now we're going to be this little guy on the block, us, Winslow, and Cherry Hill. And I'm afraid that what will happen is they then eventually will get absorbed into the larger Metro Police, which I'm totally against. I'm trying to keep it local so this way we can keep our sovereignty. I'm not sure how most people realize how important it is to keep them local, because if we don't, then we will be losing our ability to make our our laws and ordinances and so forth, and then we would have to deal with freeholders. So I'm gonna leave these here with you guys.
Thank you.
And that's it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Anyone else? Yes, sir.
Jim Williams, 3 Tiffany. Mr. President, council members, Mr. Mayor. I had a question. About 4 or 5 months ago, I was in and I asked if there was a possibility of the township having a gun amnesty program, or some way that people in the township could turn in guns and people might do it, I don't know, for $25, maybe ShopRite, or $50 or whatever, and I was told that it would be looked into, and I just wondered if there's been any progress on that.
I don't have any information on that.
I'd have to check with the prosecutor's office, and we can review it. I mean, anytime, we do have guns that turned in on occasion, and of course we would never turn them away. We do accept them for disposal, so certainly something we wouldn't turn away. But in response to your question about some type of reward program, I could speak to the prosecutor's office approximately that and see what we can do.
Okay, great. Thank you, Chief.
Yeah, I just meant like it was advertised somehow, that people would be aware of it, because other than that, if they don't come to the council meetings, they may not be aware of it. But, thank you.
Anyone else? See no other hands, I'll close the section public portion. Polling inspectors and council.
Mr. Moffett.
Nothing to report, thank you.
Mr. Lefner.
Nothing to report, thank you.
Chief Earl.
Nothing to report, thank you.
Mr. Carlinger.
Nothing to report.
Mr. Cardis. Mr. Hutchinson.
Congratulate all the recipients this evening, those people who came here and stayed here throughout this evening. And Orlando, you did a fantastic job organizing this and talking to the people who put this together. And what you said when you gave the last recipient, for Edward Perez, was beautiful. Well done.
Mr. Schmidt.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming out this evening and staying. Orlando, thank you very much. It was a fun evening. Thank you.
Mr. Sauter.
Yes, I also would like to thank Leonard for putting this program together. And also, I think this was a good program this evening, and they had some excellent people that received awards. I think it was a great evening. Thank you.
Mrs. Trotter.
Thank you, everyone, for coming out and your comments, and congratulations to all the award recipients. And thank you to the committee and to Orlando for putting together a great presentation.
Mr. McConnell.
Thank you for coming out this evening. Thank you for the comments, and thank you for your participation in the event. Have a good evening.
I'd like to thank all the residents for attending tonight's meeting. I too want to congratulate all the recipients tonight. It makes you feel good about the diversity we have in our community. Thank you, Mr. Mercado, for your guidance on that, and thank the committee. I also want to take a moment to thank Orlando for filling in for the last two meetings for me, as I was on vacation and had work responsibilities. Thank you for doing a great job and picking up for me. With that, I'd like to ask for motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Good night.